Phil Cola, hail and well met, sir. Fair adventure.
Hello, Griffin. Hi.
Phil, we're checking out Trove, which is a game I've been playing pretty relentlessly over the past couple of days.
Sure.
You actually clued me onto it. You're like, Griffin, you should check out this game. All of the kids are playing it and talking about it. And I said, well, I want to be relevant.
I know you like to stay up to date with the kids.
That is true. And the kids are all playing Trove. Trove is, as you can probably tell at first blush, a sort of, I guess you could say, Minecraft-inspired, voxel-based MMO
Sure.
from Trion Worlds.
I mean, so you know, like immediately it looks a little Minecraft-inspired, but there is definitely
Right.
like you're collecting loot and stuff in a way that
Sure.
you do not in Minecraft.
I would say the most interesting things about Trove are the things that it doesn't ape from Minecraft.
Yeah.
And like the only stuff it apes from Minecraft is, and again, I don't think you can ape the voxel aesthetic. Maybe you can, depends on your point of view.
Sure.
There's also like, busting up bricks and collecting those and then building stuff out of them. But there is a lot of RPG
Really aped
shit
from
going.
Lego, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. There's a lot of RPG stuff going on. A lot of sort of MMO stuff. Some sort
I was
of
going to say this
stuff.
is from what I've seen. I saw this at a preview event like a year and a half ago or something, and that was kind of what they were pushing. Is like, yeah, it's got the sort of Minecrafty stuff going on, but also it's actually an MMO rather.
Right. So there's a lot of loot. Right now I'm in a dungeon. So the most fascinating thing for me about Trove is how it sort of breaks the game up into these different instanced areas. So you jump into an adventure zone, and there's only going to be a few other people in there, and that zone is going to be sort of generated for the people in that room. So when you first step foot into an adventure zone, you are one of a few sort of pioneers in this area that nobody's been before, and it's made up of different biomes. And scattered across the world, and you can find them, there's a big map that you can actually use, which is sort of rare for games like these. And you can see I have a compass there at the top. You can go to these different dungeons and clear them out to try and get loot and level up. Other players can join you. Whenever you warp into the world, there's a little thing you can use that will immediately teleport you to the location of another player.
Are you actually like partied up with these people, or are they just they just happen to be in the dungeon with you?
They just happen to be in the same area. So you clear out those dungeons and you can get loot. There's a lot of crafting in the game, and it handles it through these different sort of crafting terminals. So that was a ring crafting terminal that I used to create these basically little gashapon capsules that you throw to the ground, and then these randomly generated rings pop out. And you can equip those, or you can break them down to get more stuff. So the loot collector is something you have. This is my base, by the way, and the way that bases work in the game is really interesting. I'll talk more about that in a bit. But you use the loot collector to break stuff down and get more stuff. You can use it to learn styles, so then you can sort of permanently change the aesthetic of your character regardless of the items you have equipped. There I just purchased a class. Classes are one of the things that you can buy with real Earth money, although you can unlock them using a currency you get in the game normally anyway. And this is me doing some mining.
Sure. Now this is the most Minecrafty looking thing thus far.
Yeah, sure. You can switch between adventure mode and build mode at any time, although you can still get like attacked and stuff in build mode.
Sure.
But you'll need to switch to this to like get bricks out. Although I did just unlock a class that can throw bombs, and I've actually been using those to mine as well. So
cool.
Yeah, there's different ways to do it. The reason I can't stop playing Trove is that the world is so like unique. Like I was just running around and I came across this giant beehive. That was a dungeon, so I just jumped in and started clearing it out and got loot for this new class that I started playing. Are
you like leveling these classes independently as well?
Yeah, the classes are all leveled up independently. You get your first class for free, and then the other ones you have to purchase. Although by doing the tutorial, you get enough money to purchase a second class.
Sure.
Here, I'm doing some fishing
with a weird looking fishing rod.
Yeah, well, it's a voxel-based fishing rod.
Sure.
So, what's interesting, you see that like tree branch item I was using. A lot of the items in the game have actually been designed by players. There's like a whole subreddit for items that you create through this voxel editor online.
So I was gonna mention that one of the things that they pushed when I saw this game in preview was how much stuff could be designed by players, including like I think they were saying like those dungeons entire
dungeons. Yeah, that's sort of in-game stuff. So this is cool. Check this out. You saw me build my base there, and then whenever I come across any of these plots, I can populate my base from area to area. So the location of your base isn't permanent.
Okay.
But your base itself is permanent. So you can build these like really ornate structures and then run around. And whenever you see one of those plots, you throw it down, and then you can do your business in one of those zones. And then
does it disappear from where it was previously at that point?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
It appears in the latest spot. So here's me using that loot collector again. I'm putting a bunch of items that I found that I don't need, and I'll get a whole lot of cool stuff for it, but I'll also learn these different styles, so I can basically make it look like I have equipped any of these items that I am breaking down.
Nice.
So if I get like a really dumb-looking staff, I can make it look like other stuff. You can also add to your collection that way. And the more stuff you add to your collection, it increases your mastery rank, which gives you permanent upgrades. So like if you collect a bunch of different staves or like a bunch of different mounts or fish, like the fishing stuff in the game, after you collect a new fish, that increases your mastery rank, and that could like increase your permanent HP or stuff like this.
You turned into a dragon there.
Yeah, I did. That was one of the Draco whatever
Were you just riding a dinosaur with a top hat?
Yeah, that was a raptor with a top hat. This is an account that Trion lent to me to play through some of the stuff and check out some of the other classes. This is the Boomeranger.
Oh, wow.
The Boomeranger throws a boomerang. It's basically Link from Zelda.
Sure.
He's pretty cool. And I wanted to show this off because this is a biome called Candaria, which is all made out of candy.
Yeah.
Which is pretty great.
Very colorful.
There's a boss that is a cupcake. There's a pirate-themed biome. There's like an undead biome. There's like a Borg-esque Tron biome.
See, I dig all that because it's like if even if you wanted to accuse them of like, oh, they're really ripping off Minecraft, at least they have some really unique ideas with just the design of the world and the different types of biomes.
Yeah. It's constantly throwing loot at you. One of the big draws is like different mounts. So there you see I've got my top hat dinosaur. Check this out. You can get wings. And then you can just sort of glide, sort of Batman glide over different areas. Those are different things that you can find and unlock. There are patterns for like so much stuff. Basically anything you see in the game has a pattern. And if you find it, then you can craft it at one of your stations at your headquarters. And then you can add it to your base and create a really unique looking base. This is just another biome I found, like a giant greenhouse with a big flower growing out of it. I'm collecting some seeds. You can use those for gardening recipes.
I like that you can just smash into them and get them.
Yeah, check that out. Now I've got a boat.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm firing a cannon and collecting some stuff. Just like running around, you'll actually collect a lot of stuff by destroying grass. You can find money, which is very Zelda-like.
Yeah.
Early on, it's actually one of the best ways of getting money. So I spent a lot of time just sort of running around and exploring and collecting shit.
I do want to ask, with the chat there, I see somebody asking about lag. How has the actual performance of the game been?
So not great. I have run into lag in the clip of me actually where I was destroying and rebuilding my headquarters. Like blocks will like just reappear after you destroy them, which makes crafting really, really, really annoying.
Yeah.
The biggest issue right now is the queues to get into the game are so long, like 40 minutes.
Well, it's been. I know the game just came out and has been very popular on Steam.
Right. It just officially launched this past Friday. It's been in beta for a long time.
Yeah.
So this is one of the coolest things. It is a hub world put together by a club, which is sort of how guilds work in the game. And then you get these permanent worlds that people can hop into. You see me there leaving a prop for this world because it's pretty dope. And so you and your club can all build these huge, elaborate settlements in these areas all together and do all kinds of cool stuff. This one has sort of some adventure elements to it. I just built this rail rider, which is another form of transportation that you can use to ride around on rails, and somebody's put a song together here, which I know you can't hear, but our viewers are currently listening to. So there's some music generating stuff going on here. People have made some really, 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 really insane club worlds already.
That is delightful.
So this is like the permanent sort of customization stuff. But yeah, this is about all of the video I have on Trove. This is playing Ring of Fire, which is pretty incredible. There's a lot of stuff going on in the game, and it's still like really early in its infancy. It's free to play, and I haven't found that the like it's been prohibitive, like the free to play-ness of it. Like you actually get a lot of bang for your buck. If you want to like unlock all the other classes really quickly, then you can pay, and there's other bonuses you can pay for as well. But I have really, really, really been enjoying it. I kind of can't stop playing it because its hooks are pretty addictive. But yeah, that's Trove. I am currently sitting in the queue to play it right now. Got about 53 minutes left, it looks like, so hopefully they'll get that worked out. And otherwise, it's a pretty cool game.
Awesome.